Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Those of you who know me and those of you who don't know me, I greet you with the Islamic greetings. May Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. Today, we have some groups, fanatical fringe elements within society, promoting intolerance, violence, and extremism. They're not Muslim, they're actually claim to be Christian. One of them is Britain First, the other is the English Defence League. One of their main claims to recruit foot soldiers in their crusade against Islam is that Islam is a violent religion. The Quran preaches violence and Muslims are violent, and therefore that is the reason for the increase of terrorism today. Although there was no terrorism before America and Britain invaded Iraq and messed up the entire region and killed hundreds of thousands up to millions of people, and that is not regarded as terrorism. But we'll just go to the side effects of those invasions. But regardless, they say terrorism is from the Quran. So today we will be refuting those claims and proving them false, and to help me do that we'll be looking into the Holy Bible to see if Islam is a violent religion according to the Holy Bible. And we'll also be looking into the glorious Quran and see what the Quran teaches us about violence. So we have the Quran and the Bible, and we'll see which one is more violent. So first we'll be looking into the Holy Bible. If you open it up onto the chapter called Numbers, the title of the chapter is Numbers, verse 17. If you read from verse 17 in chapter 31 of Numbers, you will read, "Now kill all the boys and kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man." From the Holy Bible. Now that is violent, and I'm going to tell you now, you won't find a more violent verse in the Quran than that in the Bible. But regardless, they like to pick out some verses of the Quran, and we will look into them, because the Quran doesn't tell us to accept to be persecuted. The Quran tells us to stand up for ourselves, and sometimes to stand up for yourself you may need to use violence. People try to draw the conclusion that jihad and terrorism mean the same thing when it actually doesn't. Jihad means struggle, it doesn't mean terrorism. So for instance, a person with learning difficulties, his jihad may be to read a book, to open a book, to study. A person that's been in a bad accident and has a severe injury, his jihad may be to help himself recover and to walk again. And also in cases like Gaza, Palestine, the people of South Lebanon, they also will go on jihad when Israel attacks their country and steals their land, and their jihad will also involve fighting, sometimes dying, sometimes killing. But also you could go on jihad against the plaque in your teeth, so you could use your toothbrush and toothpaste to do jihad against the bacteria in your mouth. But anyway, let's go to the violent verse of the Quran now, in chapter 8 of the Holy Quran, Surah Anfal, verse 60. "And prepare against them what force you can, and horses tied at the frontier, to frighten thereby the enemy of Allah and your enemy, and others besides them whom you don't know, but Allah knows." That's verse 60, and that's the violent verse. But they will stop, people from the English Defence League and Britain First will stop there and will not continue to read. And we want to know, why don't they read on a little bit further and complete the context of the verse? Now let's continue to verse 61 of chapter 8.